I must address this trending topic. Let me rephrase this. This outlandish, idiotic, dumbass, trendy topic. And the trendy topic amongst fans is the decision by Kevin O'Connell following the Cincinnati Bengals loss. And now everybody, I don't want to say everybody, because it isn't everybody, but I will say everybody with an asinine mind who doesn't know football, who doesn't comprehend what it takes to win, that doesn't see a genius when they're 2 feet in front of them. That everybody wants Kevin O'Connell to be fired from the Minnesota Vikings organization. If you believe those words, you're an idiot. Kevin O'Connell has already become one of the best head coaches the Minnesota Vikings have had in the last 20 years. Last year was impressive. The Vikings were 13-4. They won a bunch of one-score games. They hosted a playoff game. But we knew a Super Bowl wasn't likely. The offense was competing against a terrible defense. They had to overcompensate so much to be 13-4 because the defense, besides a few timely plays, was historically bad. I could argue that this season from Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings has actually been more impressive considering everything that's happened. 4 different starting quarterbacks. The best wide receiver on your team and in the league missed half the season. The season started out 0-3. And they turned it around. And had like an 80% chance at making the playoffs at one point. Sorry, I had to check my baby. 18 months. She's crying. No, she's not crying. She's coughing. She's good. She's sleeping. What the Minnesota Vikings have done this year, with 4 different starting quarterbacks and with a wide receiver that's been out for half the season, has been incredible. When any team's starting quarterback goes down with a season-ending injury like Kirk Cousins had or did, if you are even in the playoff conversation following that quarterback's injury, then your head coach is doing a phenomenal job. And that's what Kevin O'Connell has been doing thus far this season. I cannot believe that fans are so stupid that they would go on to say fire KOC following the Vikings' loss to the Bengals. That's what was trending on Twitter. And it wasn't trending from high IQ minds, intelligent NFL minds. It was trending from stupid, idiotic fans that don't understand football. I'm not even going to say that I understand football to the fullest degree because I don't. I don't understand all the idiosyncrasies that go through and in and out of all NFL plays. but I have a general understanding of the game, and Kevin O'Connell is a good coach. Way better than Mike Zimmer, way better than Brad Childress, way better than Leslie Frazier. Those guys couldn't sniff KOC's jockstrap. He's on another level. And all of this fire KOC stuff happened after the 3rd and 4th downs that the Vikings didn't convert. All they needed was a half a yard, and they couldn't complete it on 2 quarterback sneaks. And, of course, the debate has been, oh, you should have ran it to Ty Chandler, or, oh, you should have did a play-action pass. Oh, Brandon Powell should have been substituted for a bigger player for the tush push. Let me break down some arguments to this situation. The one argument I get is a play-action pass on 3rd and inches. Maybe you run a play like that. See if it works. If it doesn't, run the quarterback sneak on 4th and inches. The other argument I could understand is putting a bigger player behind Nick Mullins to push him. Brandon Powell, smallest wide receiver on the team, smallest player on the team, is pushing the quarterback. Okay. Not something I fully understand. But I fully agree. Now, could he do a play action? Could you hand it off to Ty Chandler? But I fully agree with the quarterback sneak play. It is the most efficient half-yard play in the NFL. And a lot of people are being critical because the offensive line got annihilated on both 3rd and 4th down. And people have been critical because of the Minnesota Vikings offensive line weakness. But Ty Chandler rushed for 132 yards. They must have been blocking good enough. And this is the all-timer. This one gets me. When people say or are critical of Kevin O'Connell because he tries to get too cute. The Denver Broncos game, when T.J. Hawkinson hiked the ball and he pitched it to Josh Dobbs. Very unique play. If it worked, everyone would have been praising KOC for his unique genius. Dobbs got hit by Kareem Jackson, a legal hit, fumbles, official doesn't blow the whistle or throw the flag. Broncos take over, kick a field goal. That play call received a lot of criticism because Kevin O'Connell tried to get too cute. This is as uncute as you can get. A quarterback sneak play. One of the most efficient plays in the NFL. First, you criticize him for being too cute. Then you criticize him for making the most obvious play call in the history of the NFL. Any coach in the right mind would call that play. You don't even need a yard. You needed a half a yard. A quarter of a yard. It was the right play call. It's so funny how Minnesota Vikings fans lose their you-know-what after a loss. And they have absolutely no earthly clue besides fire head coach. Fire this guy, fire that guy, fire this guy, fire that guy. Need a better play caller. These are the most basic of basic takes that they come up with and believe. It's one of those situations where Vikings fans don't realize how good we have it. Every coach in the NFL makes mistakes. Bill Belichick, known as the greatest coach of all time, can't win games without Tom Brady. It all comes down to the players and their ability to execute. And I just want to read a few tweets from some people that I thought made great sense. Here's PA, the voice of the Vikings. He says, "Forgive this, Christian, but if your thought process behind this trending notion is serious, you are stupid." And he's responding to the Fire KOC trending topic on Twitter. Here's a good one from Viking Nation. "If you are even thinking about firing a coach with a .645 win percentage, 64.5 win percentage, then please close your X account and quit sports of any kind. You are beyond help and know less than nothing about football. Nobody's perfect, but KOC is a great coach and an intelligent man who will grow." Here's a good one. I love this one because it points right to the hypocrisy of Vikings fans. "Vikings today did everything their grouchy fans wanted." This comes from Krauser. Says, "Ran the ball effectively on early downs, kept throwing downfield with the lead, kept blitzing with the lead. Not too cute on short yardage plays, just high percentage runs and quarterback sneaks. Lose anyway? Fire the coach." I thought that was hilarious. And here's the last one. "Vikings fans are understandably upset with this loss, but if you need a couple of inches, calling the QB sneak is the right call every time. The O-line got pushed into Mullins as soon as the ball was snapped, which caused a bobble and delayed everything. Good call by KOC." Those accounts on Twitter or X have the right thought process. People that are calling for KOC's head do not. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Minnesota Tim Podcast. I appreciate you making this podcast and this episode a part of your day. Rate, review, follow the show wherever you are listening. And if you are watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Thank you for making this episode and this podcast a part of your day.